Good morning. Good morning. This is Tony. I am actually co-hosting, or I'm guest hosting for Lamont this morning. So I tell you, do not change your station. Do not change to another channel. You are still in tune to Deeply Rooted. I've been given the honor by Lamont to be able to come in and guest host as he is out on the road delivering the Sankofa experience. Now, if you're here in Louisville, you already know about the Sankofa experience. He has taken this to a bigger level. He has taken this to other areas and other states. He's reinvesting that which had been divested, which is the education, the knowledge about the culture and things as such. So he will be back next week and he will be having some information for us. He'll be having some updates and some big surprises. And I've been told not to talk about the big surprises. So he'll be delivering that next week. Now, if you've not been here on the Deeply Rooted, and this is your first time joining, we welcome you. We thank you. Deeply Rooted is centered around reaching out to individuals in the culture and in the communities and making sure that we're bringing that knowledge. And if you think about the deep root, it goes all the way down to find the water and bring it up. Same thing. We're going all the way down, getting the knowledge, getting the resources, getting the community people and bringing them forward and giving them and bringing them some light. If you have been here and you're a long time loyal listener and listen, I know we have a lot. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you again. There is nothing like getting together again. If you have people out there that haven't heard about it, make sure that you're directing them to www.lou.com so they can come and they can join us and they can share in this experience. The depth and the knowledge that you get here, the experience that you get here, the community and the sense of community that you get here is phenomenal. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get started because, as you know, Lamont has big shoes, and I've got to try to fill them. I tell people I'm not trying to fill his shoes. I'm playing like we did as a kid. We go and we put our feet in our parents' shoes, but we know we're not running the house. So, that being the case, I want to talk about our guest here today. The Deeply Rooted show has had a history of bringing phenomenal individuals to this platform and sharing with you and bringing more knowledge about what's happening in your community, what's happening in all the different places. This individual that I am sitting next to right now, I will tell you, I met this individual about, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago. It had been 3 or 4 months ago. And I had about a 5 or 10 minute conversation, and I was very impressed and very blown away. And then I learned that was just one layer of the onion. And I've been even more blown away since. And you know, like I know, an onion, as you start to peel it, it starts to get better. You start to learn more. You start to find more, and there's more flavor in the actual core of the onion. So that being the case, I am going to go ahead and turn it over to the individual who we have as our guest today. And I'm just going to ask you, Miss Brittany, if you will give us some information. Let us know a little bit about who you are, what you do, and some of the impacts and things that you've got going on.
Okay. One, thanks for having me. That is pretty awesome, and thank you for the intro. That is like dope. But who am I? I am a mother. I am an entrepreneur. I am a businesswoman, and I also have a love for my community. That is basically what inspires me to do everything that it is to do. So, from my volunteer work, from the business that I run, all the way down deep rooted into my child,
Right.
so having that community piece is definitely essential, and having them actually actually you know incorporate that within us. They give back, we give to them, right?
Right.
And those who can't, we still do, right?
Right.
um, I am here today representing Pocket Change. And Pocket Change is a brick and mortar off at 1519 Baxter Avenue. And you can also visit us at pocketchangelou.com. And what we are is we are a retail space and a co-working space for African Americans. So the goal is to recirculate the Black dollar. Within that, we have only local African American local brands there. We have over 30 plus of them, and you can visit them. And we have brands from Fly Girl Candles, Bath Wonderland. We have Mindful Moments. We have Mom and Me Treats, the peanut butter brittle.
Yes, yes. Oh yeah, I know the peanut butter brittle very well.
Oh, yes, we got her in the building. I mean, we have all kinds of things that are just happening there. But most importantly, we have resources. So the goal is to, like I said, recirculate that black dollar. But essentially, we need to help small businesses, right?
Right.
Because that is the primary goal is to make sure that the people who need the help can get the help. And if you have your product in here and you don't have any further steps, or some people, they may not have a product, but they may offer a service and they can't afford a lot of things right away,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we have backdrops, right? So if you need to do headshots or product shots
Right.
or anything, we have that easily accessible for you.
Okay.
We have the Cameo silhouette and heat press. So like if there's some garments that you want to put your logo and stuff on, you are definitely able to do that, and it's taught to you as well. So if you know how to use the merchandise, you can come and use it, right? If you don't, then you can learn it, right?
Okay, wait. I gotta stop you. I don't mean to cut in here. I gotta stop you. Because typically when people say resources, they mean, okay, you can just come here and we've got something you can purchase or buy to help get you to the next level. But what I'm hearing here is that I can actually come and utilize actual items, learn things. And if I actually have a skill set, but I'm not at that next level, I can actually come in and help build through pocket change.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Phenomenal.
So the thing is once again, like I said, is to help you get up off your feet. And if you can't afford it, that's okay because we got your back, and we're going to teach you the tools. So therefore you'll know, a lot of places is just like, okay, we'll give you this much. But it's going to cost you this much.
Right, right.
We want to offer you this much and you don't have to pay anything. So these are free resources. And then we have that co-working aspect, right? So let's say if you're working from your home and you need to conduct a meeting with somebody and you don't have the space to do that.
Right.
Well, you can come up there to Pocket Change, schedule your meeting with the person that you're scheduling with,
Mhm.
and have your meeting right there. We've had people have doulas come up there. Because they don't have a natural meeting spot. So they'll come up there, bring their doula, have them meet them there, and then they'll do their whatever work they need to do there. We have people bring their clients, therapists. They'll come right there, schedule their appointments, all that good stuff. Like it's just a nice meeting spot because we have that co-working space that is available. And then we also have support groups. So we offer right now, offer men, women, small business and entrepreneurship small support group because we need that.
Yes, we do. Yes, yes, we do. So we've got men support groups as well.
Hmm.
So this for me, because this is a big thing for me, with respect to it, making sure that we're getting men into these spaces, making sure that we have men who are able to go to these spaces, and making sure we have the whole community that can get to these spaces. But more specifically, I think we have a focus on we need to make sure that we're focusing on men being able to get in there because so long because of the way we have been brought up in our culture and things like that, we men a lot of times feel like it's my job to just soldier on,
Yes.
right? I just shoulder everything and soldier on, and so we're creating, or at least you're creating, a space where you can say, okay, listen, you can actually come in and talk about different things that actually you may be feeling or maybe expressing, or you just may need to come in and just say, whew,
Absolutely.
I need to get it off my chest. And this is therapeutic and okay.
Hmm.
All right.
It is.
Right.
It is okay to definitely get the help that you need. And we all have the statistic of the Black community how it's just. And within men, they're not offered that help, that comfort, especially from other men or other women. It's just like they've been taught to bear it all.
Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
you can't talk. If you talk, if you feel this way, then you're deemed as sensitive and
Right.
this, that, other. When it's like, no, you're freaking human.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're human.
Yeah.
So we all go through things, and it's okay to like just unleash that, but in a way that is not only beneficial to you, but beneficial to your lifestyle. Right.
And this is the onion piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the onion piece that I talk about, because every time I talk to you and the more I learn about pocket change, there's a different element, there's another element, and it's more like a whole holistic type of thing where we're saying we're not just going to be addressing one need of the community. There appears to be multi needs.
Absolutely. Because we're not a one-dimensional people. You know, it's several things that we have to put on the forefront, address them, discuss them, and make sure that we provide a solution for them. So the thing is it's not just, okay, we have a problem. Let's just state it.
Right.
The thing is we have enough of that. We have enough of everybody stating the problem, but what we don't have enough of is the solution oriented pieces, you know.
Right.
So my goal is to find a solution for those problems, and sometimes within the solution we find another solution for it, an even better one. So that's the greater gift that's received, and through it all, you know. The women's support group, oh, we have definitely created a community, a loving environment, and a safe space for us to be able to share and be vulnerable with each other without, you know, feeling judged or just like wrong for it feeling this way, you know,
Right.
because that's a lot of times that's the case too, you know. We as Black women, you know, we are definitely deemed as strong women, and everybody, the world knows we're just super strong, we're superhuman,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
But you know, when it's time for us to woosah, it's deemed once again as we're sensitive, or it becomes the complete opposite as we're weak, you know.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that we bear that once again we don't have to bear, but we don't have that safe space to share, you know.
Right.
So with the women's group, we sharing that piece as to where it's okay to let your hair down. Well, you know, I ain't got no hair, so
It looked good though. It looked good.
I won't be laying much hair down, but I promise you, like, throughout the peer support, um, sometimes we don't know what we need until we receive it. And
Right.
within myself, like, I'm just thinking like I'm all hunky dory and everything is good, great because I don't have these problems that a lot of people have, and you know, and then I break down.
Right.
Right. And then people, they're like, well, I didn't even know that existed in you. And I'm
Right.
just like, me either.
Well, I gotta ask this, right? Because we're talking about a lot of stuff here. We're talking about some holistic approaches to addressing issues in the African American community.
Hmm.
We're talking about addressing issues for small businesses, and there are, listen, people, there are other pieces of this onion that we're going to try to peel before the time's up today. So just know we've got other pieces of this onion coming up here shortly. But I have to ask, what drove you to start? I mean, because this is world changing,
Hmm.
right? What you're talking about. I foresee individuals hearing this somewhere else and saying, "Hey, I need to go ahead and start doing something like that," or "Hey, we don't have that in our community," or "How can we implement this type of thing?" I want to get to the core of what it is that drove you to do this.
All right. So, um, so Taylor Ryan, remember that name? Okay.
Taylor Ryan.
Yes, she is the founder of Change Today, Change Tomorrow.
Okay.
And within that, she produced Pocket Change, and she's been on Story Avenue, Bardstown Road, and then Baxter Avenue comes up, right? And she's like, "Hey, Britt, what do I need to do to get you in my space?" You know,
Right. Right.
and I'm just like, okay, well, let's talk about it. So we talked about it. So then I'm like, all right, we have this set up. So we have the retail space and stuff like that. And you know, I asked her like, what do you foresee with Pocket Change? What are some of the things that you want to do with it? You know,
Right.
and we had that talk, and then I was just like, okay, so we're gonna do this. So, and she's like, okay, you know,
Right.
and then it's just like, then it just, I slowly but surely just like, okay, this is gonna be our baby, but I'm going to navigate it, you
Right.
know,
Right.
because the thing is it, to me, it has to be definitely beneficial. So it has to be beneficial on the retail end because we need the doors to stay open and we
Right.
need things to stay free, you know. But also too, these resources that are available, we need those to appeal to our community, not only just for appeal, but also for, you know, change. you know.
Right.
And that's my piece that I bring, the whole business aspect, yeah, right, right. Like I met you. So Tony, you sent someone to watch me speak at Startup Loop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, that's amazing. And the only reason why I was able to have that platform with Startup Loop is because of the marketing skills that I had been doing for Pocket Change.
Right.
Right. So it all
Right.
doubles down. And then I get this big old platform and I have to share it with you guys. Right. So I'm just like, well, how do I take this big old platform and condense it? Right. So therefore I can bring the same thing that I bring to these people to our people.
Okay.
Right. But
Okay.
the goal is for us to take advantage of it. Right.
Wow. Wow. I tell you, this is good. This is great because and I'm sorry you said it was Taylor.
Taylor Ryan.
Taylor, personally, I want to thank you because you're reaching out and you guys getting together and putting that partnership. Partnership is something that I always talk to people about. I'm very big on making sure people understand it. You don't see everybody in the world as competitors. You see people as partners, and that helps you build and it's that strength, right? The old saying that it takes a village. They never said it takes a village except for that guy,
Yeah,
right? So,
exactly. Yeah,
so,
exactly.
so it's actually that type of thing. So getting together. So now with that same concept as far as partnership and things like that. So as far as if I'm a business and I'm a company or if I'm just an individual out there who is listening to you right now and like, you know what, I like the passion she has, I like the message she has, I like the energy, and I want to actually be a part of that.
Absolutely.
Are there opportunities for people to be able to reach out to you to do that?
Absolutely. So, well, we get a lot of people that want to share our space, right?
Okay.
So they want to either teach their classes or workshops or do the workshops. So they can reach me at pocketchange1519 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Or my personal email, brittany griffin@gmail.com, BrittinyGriffin.
Okay.
And you can access those, it's an email. And I respond back very swiftly because, we are in a 7-second society.
Right, right, right. So
uh,
explain that real quick. 7 Second Society.
well, my generation, we've had the luxury of having, no computer to dial up, and now we're instant, right?
Right.
So with the social media, everything has become super instant, right?
Wow.
And TikTok, the TikTok generation, that's what they call them, right?
Yep.
Everything is on the spot, right? So everybody's attention span has shifted. So as to where we will be able to focus longer, now it's more so of 7 seconds. So when you get acclimated with social media, you've seen reels, 7 second story,
Right.
7 second everything. So that means that the things that you generate have to be instant, right? And more so in that time span of that 7 seconds so that you can capture your audience.
And impactful.
And
7 seconds.
exactly.
So you literally got to get your whole message through in 7 seconds and not seem rushed.
Absolutely.
But you have to be more precise, and I think that's beautiful because doing video that's a piece that we have where we're like, listen, we have to get it down to the shortest amount of time and get the whole message across
Hmm.
and not make people feel like they're being rushed with it. Where I'm coming in saying blah 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 blah,
Exactly.
right? So every move has to be thought of, and yeah, I love it. I love it. So now, and I know I've reached out to you, and
Hmm.
we've talked about doing some collaborative work together because I that's on my bucket list,
Hmm.
right? And I ain't trying to wait till the end to try to fulfill my bucket list. So we've got some stuff coming up, and
Yes.
I know I can't talk about it. We've had the meetings, and I can't talk about it, but it's going to be phenomenal. And if you are a business or entrepreneur out there, make sure that you are reaching out to Pocket Change. But now on the other side, right? Because we're talking about holistic here, right?
Hmm.
We're talking about business, we're talking about life, we're talking about health. But a lot of times I see and I hear that we don't think about creativity and just the artistic side and
Yes.
just the fun because life is fun,
Hmm.
right? And if it's not fun, if we address some of these other issues, we can get to fun,
Absolutely.
right? So we want to be able to enjoy it. So is there anything going on with Pocket Change that along either the creative route or the artistic route? So that individuals can say, okay, yeah, business is business, but sometimes it's about other things as well.
Absolutely. So, as you know or may not know, so we just did a Pocket Change music series. for local artists, local musicians, to have that whole piece as to where they can sit down and showcase their music. And go ahead.
So wait. So I might have missed this one. The Pocket Change Music Series.
Absolutely.
What does this look like?
So it looks like if people are familiar with the Tiny Desk concert series,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
basically that, except for we have implemented Pocket Change Music Series. So it's for local artists. So the people of Louisville, Kentucky,
Wow.
and they are able to sit down behind our Pocket Change desk and showcase their music. And the people showed up the last time. It was just nice and very intimate, and the young lady, Miss Sade Lee, did a spectacular job. We had a live painter there, Miss Kayla Morgan, and she painted basically what she envisioned of the musician. It was
Wow.
a beautiful thing.
Wow.
And we're rolling it out for 2023. So
Wow.
we have a lot more social events coming up. So like 2023 is going to be like great. So we're gonna have karaoke nights. People like karaoke.
Right.
We're gonna have like singles night, right? Because
Right.
everybody's trying to find somebody, especially like it's wintertime night, so it's cuffing season, right?
Right.
So everybody needs somebody. We're gonna roll out so much things for people to engage with.
Okay.
That for they can just kind of once again let their hair down and just do something leisure.
Okay.
I've had quite a few people reach out to me about the Pocket Change Music Series, so that's great.
Wow.
And I'm just looking forward to everything that's to come on the social side, right?
Right.
Let's try to get an ABC license or something, right?
Well, I tell you, I like this. I have seen those Tiny Desk concerts, and I thought, wow, that's great. But they've had these huge names. I am a fan of um, the unknown artists,
Yes.
so to speak, the artist who has all of the talent that you've not heard of yet.
Yes.
Yet, that's why everybody's saying, well, who's the best, LeBron or Michael Jordan? I'm like, there's a guy up the street that can shut both of those guys down. He just hasn't got his break yet.
Absolutely.
So I love that natural piece. I love that natural piece of the music, love the piece of the art. I think that's just a piece of who we are as a culture of people, that we're always going to be into creating.
Mhm.
There is an individual. I believe you may have worked with him, or you may be doing work with him. I went to one of his events, and I've got one of his actual books, where he does. I think the one I got was a Bad and Bushido.
Oh, Brandon Hill. So Brandon,
Okay.
yes, we have done an art show with
Oh,
Brandon.
so you've already done. I'm
Yes.
sitting here thinking I'm dropping jewels, and you already ahead of me.
So we did an art show, Bad and Bushido, and that turned out wonderful as well.
Okay.
And he had, people come out, people from the Eventbrite come out, and then we also had little hors d'oeuvres and stuff for them as they came. We had the backdrop. It was like we turned the Pocket Change around because it was like African American culture meets Japanese culture. I mean,
Okay.
it was so beautiful in there. I think no, not that I think so. We did Brandon's art show, and now we're booking more artists too for art
Wow.
shows.
And that's how it goes. That's just that little spark, and then it opens up for the community.
Absolutely.
Listen, we're moving along time wise. There's something else that I have to go ahead and bring up because I can't let the time run out. Now, this is the question that my father always asked me, because he's always pushing me for whatever else. What else are you doing next? What else are you doing to help the culture? What else are you doing to help your community? And his biggest ask every time I turn around is, what about the kids? What are you doing for the kids? Are you able to show kids? Are you highlighting kids? How is the kids? I know we're modeling what we're doing as a good role model to help our next generation. But what else are you doing? And I'm going to give you guys a tip. We've got a third guest in the studio today as well, and this leads right into it. So I'm going to step back and let you go ahead and talk about what you're doing for the kids, and then let's do some introductions here.
So with the kids, of course, with Pocket Change, we have, the kids support group. And one person that actually leads the support group is my daughter. One thing I did not do is introduce myself as a momager, in which I am. So my daughter, Bailey, she is the owner of Bath Wonderland, and she does public speaking. She does workshops with the youth. She's done the Fraser Museum. She's done the YMCA. She's done, am I forgetting anything, Bailey? We did Fraser Museum, YMCA, and a nonprofit called TGIU, where she hosts entrepreneurship workshops. She did a speaking engagement at Spalding University. She has been around the map, and currently she is hosting a coat drive, right?
Yeah.
She's hosting a coat drive November 15th to December 15th. So if you guys have a new and used coats, gently used coats, we are accepting them, and you could drop them off at Pocket Change Wednesday through Saturday from 5 to 9, or CTCT at Monday through Thursday from 11 to 3. And I will go ahead on and let Bailey, tell us about what she does.
I'm Bailey Griffin, and I'm the owner of Bath Wonderland. I've been doing Bath Wonderland since I was 7 years old. 7 years old. I also added on Bailey and Pearl, because, I'm getting older, so I'm more into fashion. It ain't working so well. But that Bailey and Pearl is where I sell kids' clothes, which I give to boys. Kids' clothes, what's the size?
From size what? 8 to 16?
The size of 8 to 16. It could be any age. Yes, those are the sizes that we got right now. We also got purses, flip flops that are not Yeezys. They're not.
Okay.
I mean, out of different material, not Yeezys.
All right. Well, and so it seems like you got an early start in being an entrepreneur, and I think that one of the things that, and I've got to ask this, and I've always been told you don't ask this question, but this is a question I have to ask because I think it's very important for what we're talking about today. How old are you?
I am 10. I'm 11.
Wait. You're 10,
Yeah.
and you've got these different initiatives and things going on.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so at this point, I can tell you right now, I'm starting to feel like a little bit of I should have got an earlier start in life, because she's 10 and she's already operating at a level that actually faster than the level that I'm operating at. But I think this is beautiful and this is great, right? Because this is part of what Deeply Rooted is about. Making sure that we're reaching down, making sure that those roots are getting down and they're going down, so that we can get that rising up, we can get that growing and that growth of strength. And I think in this situation right here, this actually shows us, you're modeling the things that you're doing and the things that you've done uh, has actually transcended to the next generation. And it's all about modeling for the next generation,
Absolutely.
making sure they know the route, making sure they have the opportunity. Because in her mind, there's no concept from what I understand, there's no concept of I can't get to or I can't do, right?
Absolutely.
She thinks of a thing, she does a thing.
Mhm.
And that's what community is. And that's what community is about. So listen, I want to thank both of you for taking the time to come down. I want to thank both of you for being here today. Again, if you'll drop your information so that everybody knows how to reach you and how to find you, if you'll go ahead and drop that again for us one more time.
Bailey, you could go ahead on and tell people where they can find you at.
You could find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also order stuff on bathwonderland.com.
And then you can reach Pocket Change at 1519 Baxter Avenue, Louisville, Kentucky 40205. And then also you can contact us at Pocket Change 1519 at gmail.com, and visit us at pocketchangelou.com. And I hope to see you guys in the near future.
Great. Yeah, well, you're definitely going to see me here in the near future because there's some other stuff I got to come down there and get. Again, I want to thank you guys for coming out. Keep in mind, Lamont will be back next week hosting Deeply Rooted. Again, as he's always told you, legacies matter, and so do you. So please make sure that you come back and make sure that you're sending individuals to www.lou.com so that they can join the show. Have a blessed day.